All right, last land that we're looking at is Seichi's Epic. Seichi's Epic is Epcot. So this is meant to document Epcot. Also a little bit like, you know, the cars at Disneyland or Disney World, not Cars at California Adventure. And then the little Space Mountain, okay? But it's mostly Epcot. And as you can see, there's a little Epcot ball. There are little icons from different countries around the world, different country flags, all the foods, right? The different foods that you taste in the different countries. More country flags. Love all the food. That's a big thing. When you go to Epcot, the food in all the different countries and all the different little lands. Fun little half ear there. Little fries and baguette. That's another cool part of Epcot, all of the topiaries. Then we move into all of your, because you can see I'm just looking at all this because I really haven't looked at it before. These are cool. Guten Tag, so for Germany, C'est la vie for France, Konnichiwa for Japan, Hola amigas for Mexico. So it's fun to see those different sayings for different parts of the world, the different countries. Forget about it. I don't know what that one's from. Forget about it. Don't know. All right, then we look at the collection kit for Seichi's Epic. So you can buy the Seichi's Epic sticker, 12 by 12 sticker a la carte, or you can do this. Aloha Style. Season passes start at $439 and go as high as $1,449. And I guess here's the thing. If you go frequently, then, and you figure it out, maybe you go 20 times. Maybe you go, let's say you go 15 times. And the pass was $14.49. You basically paid less than $100 at a time, which is less than you would pay if you bought one ticket, right? So like anything, if you're kind of buying a bundle like that, you just got to make sure to get your money's worth. What I was not aware of, like at Epcot, you can, different places you can buy, I guess I was used to the Fast Pass, like the olden days Fast Pass, where you'd go get a little, little ticket and then you'd come back at that time. But you can pay extra per person to then be able to go sign up online to go early. And yeah, I didn't know any of that was a thing. And so we figured that out very quickly when we were at Epcot. I'm like, oh, geez. What is going on here? Okay, Seichi's Epic, the collection kit for Seichi's Epic has the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. This is how you know I haven't looked at it yet. So when you were getting my true reactions, because I'm like, wait a minute, what? The Seichi's Epic collection kit actually has 12 papers in it. So all the lands that we've looked at previously only had 6 papers. This one is 12. You know why? All the different countries. Now that makes sense to me. I'm like, well, this is way too thick. What did they do? Now it makes sense. So this is kind of generic Epcot, right? A little bit generic Epcot. Look at eat, drink, and have a ball. Then you have Canada with a buffalo check on the back. You have, fish and chips. Never mind. That's not a baguette and fries. Fish and chips for the UK. Oh my goodness, that was funny. Oh, I love that plaid. France, we're not seeing a baguette or French fries. We're seeing ratatouille and a croissant. C'est la vie. Classic colors for France, Morocco, Arabian Nights, Japan, with a little tempura shrimp. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that little side is. They look like little boba, like boba tea, but not in a cup. I don't know. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto. It doesn't say it, Mr. Roboto, but domo arigato. I lived in Japan for 3 years when I was a little kid. And I can tell you how to say thank you very much for dinner. Gochiso sama deshita. I learned that when I was 4 years old. And I was blonde. My sister and I were toe heads. And so back then, in the early 70s, when we lived in Japan, we were little blondes, and you did not see that in Japan. And, you really didn't see different TV from other countries back then. So yes, we were followed and patted on the head a lot. So my parents taught us how to say thank you very much for dinner. So we'd go to a Japanese restaurant, and then we'd be my dad was Navy, so very strict. And we'd sit there the whole time, and at the very end, we'd say in Japanese, thank you very much for dinner. Gochiso sama deshita. America, obviously. We know that, right? We know that. Aloha Style said, I still have one of the old ticket books. It's crazy to go back and look at it. The ticket books and the e-tickets, that reminds me so much of my grandfather, because we would go when I was a little kid, and he would take us and he would hold the tickets and he'd dole out the tickets. And I actually, because I've done a lot of Disney mini books, I have documented our family trips over the years. And in one, I went to Google and I Googled Disney ticket book, and I found a photo of one, and then I printed that out, the photo, and put it in one of my Disney books and kind of talked about the e-ticket rides and what great memories they were, because my grandpa used to give us the tickets, and then you always had lots of A tickets left over at the end, and the e-tickets are always gone first. Okay, Italy. Keep calm and forget about it. I guess that's an Italian saying. Leaning Tower of Pisa. Venice. Germany. The Biergarten. Put on your lederhosen. Bottoms up. Guten Tag. Guten Morgen. Guten Abend. I spent some time in Germany in high school. I was a foreign exchange student, so I could speak a little bit, but that's about it. China. Norway. Ufta. A Norwegian exclamation used to express bafflement, surprise, relief, exhaustion, or dismay. Wow, that's kind of an interesting. Relief or bafflement? Exhaustion, dismay. Anyhow, Norway. Mexico. And Mexico is the 12th country in the collection kit with the margaritas. All right, friends. So that is the collection kit for Say Cheese Epic, kind of representing Epcot. All right, Epic Epcot. That's an easy one to remember. I think I just gave myself a little paper cut there. All right, there are a couple of other things that we will look at in Say Cheese Epic. We will look at the bits and pieces. 57 pieces in Aloha Style. What a treasure that is, though, right? What a treasure that you have with that old ticket book. So cool. I have, in one of our books, when Disney was doing fast passes, I have several fast passes that I kept. And that, it's memorabilia in my mini book. And I always say, collect the things and put them in your projects, because you never know. Like back then, the ticket book, we'd be like, well, why do I need a ticket book? Even if it's just the cover, right? Because all the tickets are gone. You might think, why do I need a ticket book? Well, you need a ticket book because one day the ticket books aren't going to exist, or one day the fast passes aren't going to exist, or one day these things aren't going to exist. So I like to keep them because you look back on it and go, my goodness, remember when? All right, so we have all these little die cuts for all of those different lands, right? So fun. Different die cuts representing every land. You even have things like this that are more generic to Epcot itself, not necessarily a land, all right? So 57 pieces in Say Cheese Epic. Bits and pieces. We have the decorative brads. Again, you have 27 of the metal rimmed brads, self-adhesive, so no prongs on the back, with the epoxy centers and some chipboard, self-adhesive chipboard. You have the lovely, wonderful foam stickers, right? So food and wine, testing the track, the future, flower and garden. You have the little monorail, let's ride the sky. The little, what is that called? I don't know. Yes, Wanda, now everything is on your phone. But you know what would be cool to do about that? You could do screenshots, right? That would be fun. Screenshot the things on your phone and then print them out and put in your books, because that's part of the experience, right? I mean, think back. 20 years ago, we'd be like, wait a minute, one day we're going to be able to do what? We'd be like, you're talking Tomorrowland stuff. The Death Star. Thank you, Karen. We're like, what are you even talking about? about? You're talking Tomorrowland stuff. Like 20 years ago, if someone had said, you're going to have a phone in your pocket that's going to have all your tickets and everything that you need on it, you'd think that people were crazy. So what that tells us is what's going to happen 20 years from now. So even screenshot it, include it in your project. Oh, look at, I love all of those little tiny foam stickers for all of the lands. All right, wrapping up with the washi tape. So 5 rolls, 3 standard size rolls, so 15 millimeters wide, and then 2 that are about half, 7 millimeters. So those are always great for layering. So this one, you've got all of the icons from kind of the monuments from the different countries. A nice little horizontal, or excuse me, diagonal stripe. Just a neutral gray. Little diamonds. Love, that's so cute. Just the black with the little cream or white hearts. And then little blue with stars.